Though don't get too excited, Liu began organizing his findings. Crystals are just the beginning. For a complete cultivation, you need processing materials and sealants, for example. He listed components, each more expensive than the last. To process your snake's crystals, he pointed to Min, you'll need maybe marine coral extract and moon algae. For the final sealing, probably mermaid scales. He turned to Taro. And your beetle will require metal powder or mana-rich earth from the depths for processing. For sealing, you might need pulverized magical obsidian crystals. He began listing other possible components and their costs. For processing, you'll need those specific materials according to your beast. And the final sealing, he shook his head, that's usually even more expensive. Actually, Ren sat up with difficulty. Processing can be simpler than you think. Oh, really? Liu arched an eyebrow, his tone between amused and skeptical. Min's snake is a freshwater one, not a sea one. It will only need night water lily extract, not marine coral or moon algae. And Taro's crystals, he looked at his companion, only need to be processed under the correct moon's light. It's just the final sealing that will be more complicated. Only moonlight? Liu gave a short laugh. The records are quite clear about processing requirements. Centuries of research. The records also said the beetle couldn't pass bronze. Taro, remembering the morning class. Liu shook his head with both amusement and pity. I understand you want to help. But processing isn't something you can simplify like that. Each component has its function. My beetle does respond better at night, Taro intervened thoughtfully. Even the books mention its nocturnal nature. A beast's nature is one thing, Liu sighed, and crystal processing is quite another. But I suppose, he looked at the mushrooms in Ren's hair, that after what the guys told me about your demonstration today, and being trained by Professor Lin, you're entitled to some peculiar theories. Ren held back a smile. The real challenge wouldn't be processing. The correct moonlight was free after all. The real problem would be getting the sealant for the final evolution in 100 days. As I see things, Liu began storing his crystals, it will be an interesting semester, though I suggest focusing on proven methods before experimenting with alternative theories. The mushrooms in Ren's hair pulsed softly. He didn't expect them to believe him immediately, especially Liu, who had spent a year studying traditional methods. But when Taro's beetle evolved correctly, Taro looked at his crystals thoughtfully. After seeing Ren defeat Kai using knowledge no one else seemed to have, maybe alternative methods were worth considering. By the way, Min changed topics while storing his crystals. What other exercises did Master Lin make you do? Ren groaned, the mere memory making his muscles protest. I'd rather not talk about that. The next morning, Ren stopped in front of the crystal processing classroom. Wei taught 2 classes, and although the professor had been clear about the bet, he wasn't sure if he meant both classes. When he entered, the kids' laughter started immediately. Look who came! Jin smiled from his seat. Didn't the expert have anything better to do? Wei stopped his explanation about processing methods, raising an eyebrow at seeing Ren. Ha, Mr. Pattender, Wei smiled with false cordiality. I didn't expect to see you here. Shouldn't you be busy preparing your demonstration? His voice dripped with amusement. I thought I should attend to make sure anyway. Wei waved a hand dismissively. The bet included both classes, right? Asked Ren, ignoring the giggles. Of course. As I said yesterday, you have much to do helping Mr. Taro with his beast and preparing for your other classes. Wei smiled with false kindness. Don't worry about attendance. You'll have it perfect if you win the bet. And if you lose... His smile turned sharp. Well, attendance will be the least of your problems. So you can go away. He stopped, correcting himself with exaggerated courtesy. Retire quietly to work on it. Ren nodded slowly and left the classroom. The laughter increased as he left. He could hear someone comment, "Did he really think he could come?" before the door closed. The mushrooms in his hair pulsed while he considered his options. Free time before battle class. The library wouldn't be much help, at least not in beast topics. Most texts just repeated the same limited information. And though May's economics class was fascinating, for now he had all the basic concepts clear, so the library was excluded for today. He thought while heading toward the practice mines, I could take advantage to collect some crystals if I start now before other students finish their classes. Oh, but look who we have here. Ren froze mid-step. That cheerful voice. My favorite student! Lin appeared from nowhere, practically materializing in front of him. What are you doing wandering the halls at this hour? Shouldn't you be in class? Professor Wei gave me permission to, Ren began. Free time! Lin's eyes sparkled with a joy that made Ren instinctively step back. What a coincidence! I have this hour free too. Actually, I was going to the mines to exercise? Lin grabbed his arm. How dedicated. I was just thinking you needed more work on your core endurance. No, I meant to collect crystals. Excellent idea. Lin began dragging him in the opposite direction from the mines. We'll collect mussels. Though, she pinched his arm. First, we need to find them. Where did you hide them, little one? Professor, I really need to get some materials. Oh, you also need to get some endurance, Lin said. And look, we have all morning to work on it. The mushrooms in Ren's hair pulsed with what seemed like resignation, while Lin dragged him toward the training field, humming cheerfully. You know, Lin smiled while opening the field door. I think today we'll focus on leg exercises. Since you seem so eager to go to the mines, I'll help you prepare for all that walking. Ren sighed. Apparently, the universe had other plans for his free morning. Very painful plans. Come on, one last set. Lin smiled while Ren struggled to complete another series of exercises. Every muscle protested from the previous day's training. The push-ups that were already difficult had become almost impossible. I can't, Ren panted, his arms shaking. Oh? Lin crouched beside him. Does the little expert give up so easily? After boy with stone scales? That was different, Ren said. True, that was luck and knowledge, she pinched his cheek. This is hard work. Which would you prefer backing you up next time? All of them. Ren tried another push-up, but his arms gave way.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.